Okay, everybody, good morning. This is Chris Schaefer from Gilchrist Hospice, and I'm going to be moderating today's inspirations session with Evelyn Darden. And Miss Darden, what the name of the lecture is, Where There's a Will, There's a Way. And her quote is, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams," by Eleanor Roosevelt. So that's a wonderful quote. And it says here, Miss Darden is a resident of Howard County and a native of Annapolis, Maryland, and she is the 11th African-American woman ever to be admitted to the Maryland Bar, and one of the first African-American women to serve as an Assistant Attorney General for the state of Maryland. She's a graduate of the Morgan State University and the University of Maryland School of Law, and she completed the Harvard Law School Institute for Lawyers with a special emphasis on class action torts and constitution law. She is the founder of Addison-Darden, a mother-son law firm established April 1st, 1988. Her legal career began in 1976 and over 4 decades included representation at the local, state, and federal levels. Her early legal training began at Johnson & Smith under the tutelage of the Honorable Judge Kenneth L. Johnson, a trailblazing civil rights attorney. As an associate at Johnson & Smith and later as supervisory trial attorney at the Baltimore District Office of the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, EEOC, Ms. Darden was responsible for several major class action Title VII cases against Fortune 500 companies in Maryland, Delaware, and Virginia. Her class action civil rights cases focused primarily on behalf of Black and female police officers, firefighters, longshoremen, and steelworkers in Maryland and across the nation who have been deprived of equal pay, promotions, and other benefits, and who have suffered the consequences of wrongful discharge, demotions, and failure to hire. Ms. Darden continues to serve the community as a volunteer, providing pro bono counsel for several organizations and as an international motivational and cultural awareness speaker. And without further ado, we're going to introduce Evelyn Darden, and she's asked us to queue up a video. So I will attempt. This is always fun, and I think I can do it. I'm going to go with screen. Hang on. You guys have to tell me what you're seeing because, it's always fun here.
Desktop.
Is it showing it, Michael?
It's just showing your desktop, no programs open.
Well, that was not what we wanted to do. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to stop that. Sorry. Oh, whoa. That was very not what we wanted to do. So we're going to go back and try this one.
Hear the music.
Now, can you see it?
Yes.
Yep,
Okay.
I see it.
Yep.
Well, second time's better than none right here. So let's go ahead and now I've got to try to see if I can bring the screen. Okay, here we go. We'll start again.
Hi, I'm attorney Evelyn Darden.
And I'm attorney Mark Darden.
Together, we established the unique mother and son law firm of Addison-Darden in 1988. At Addison-Darden, we listen with respect, compassion, and dignity to best determine each individual's unique circumstances and needs.
Each one of our amazing team members provides attention to detail, are committed, approachable, and accessible to you and your family.
For over 30 years now, we at Addison-Darden continue to offer professional, high-quality legal services in the areas of estate planning, estate administration, as well as personal injury, sometimes referred to as accident cases, and medical malpractice cases.
What is estate planning? Simply put, estate planning allows you to plan for the unexpected. It allows you to make decisions during your lifetime as to the distribution of your assets upon your death, as well as make decisions about your health care, end-of-life care, and financial decisions, even if you become disabled. Estate planning consists of your choice of the preparation of legal documents, such as last will and testament, trust, power of attorney, living will and/or advanced medical directive, and designation of healthcare agents.
I just went with Skip and just had a gut feeling.
I did enough research to think I knew what I was talking about when I spoke with our lawyers. I had no clue. Far too many people neglect estate planning while they are still of sound mind and competent to make decisions for themselves. They filled me in on all of the things that I didn't know about, and I was greatly appreciative for that.
They went line by line, explaining everything to me.
She didn't just hand us a form and give us forms to fill out.
They broke it down simple.
To make sure she understood our needs. That way she could recommend to us things that they could offer and things that we really did need. What happens if you don't have a will? I didn't know the difference between a living will and a medical directive. If you don't have a will, you give up your power to make decisions as to the distribution of even your house or car or any other property that you own solely at the time of your death. I feel like they looked out for us. I don't feel like we were treated as just a client, but more like a family member, and I really appreciated that. Would you want to leave those decisions to someone you don't know? Or perhaps even to someone you don't even like or trust? But pursuant to Maryland estate law, that someone may be the person who could be appointed to handle your affairs for you and your loved ones. At the end, I understood what I was getting, and so I didn't feel taken advantage of. With Addison-Darden, we knew exactly what they were giving us. They were on the phone with us every step of the way. They were meeting with us over Zoom 2 or 3 times, and then we actually came in for a face-to-face meeting. They were just amazing. I would say thank you, Addison-Darden, for taking care of my family. That way, when the end comes, there is no family fighting because our wishes are clear. The law offices of Addison-Darden has created a 5-step process to help you get your affairs in order. Number 1, initial meeting. Contact Addison-Darden by phone, text, email, or website to set up an initial intake meeting. One of the experienced members of the team will provide you with an estate questionnaire to complete. Number 2, design meeting. Next, an experienced estate planning attorney will go over your specifics to help guide you with the decisions that are best suited for your needs. Number 3, plan creation. The attorney will draft your documents and forward them to you for your review and final approval. Number 4, review, signing, and delivery meeting. You will now sign your final documents. Number 5, follow-up. Receipt for filing of your signed documents. Due to COVID-19, the governor and legislature for the state of Maryland have approved electronic signing of documents that once required in-person signing. Therefore, the law offices of Addison-Darden offers virtual Zoom meetings for every step of the process, including online payment options, or a hybrid that allows clients to come to the office if needed and requested. Remember, where there is a will, there is a way.
Our team at Addison-Darden stands ready to serve you today.
So call us. We're here for you.
Okay, well, thank you. And now we'd like to ask Mrs. Darden if she'd like to speak.
Thank you, Chris. Good morning, everyone. And thank you for inviting me for your Monday morning program. I hope that the video you just saw gave you a good overview of what estate planning is all about. And I'd like to just point out that the 3 basic documents that I recommend is the last will and testament, an advanced medical directive, and a power of attorney. Estate planning is just what it is. It's planning. And all of us are familiar with planning. Some of us are perhaps now in the process of planning for a long weekend getaway soon, upcoming holidays, vacations, birthday parties and anniversaries. And some of us have had the experience of planning family reunions. So planning is important, but no one plans to get sick or to become disabled. Unfortunately, we all know that that happens because some of the very people that we last saw at a family reunion, which may have gone back to 2018 or 2019 before COVID, or persons that you may have seen maybe at a sporting event or some other activity over the past few weeks or month, that you get the news that they're suddenly ill and in some cases disabled. But then the unfortunate part is that those very same persons who plan for activities, unfortunately, did not take care of necessary estate planning in terms of things that should take place just in case they are sick, disabled, and can't make decisions for themselves. So that's what estate planning is all about, is that while you are in sound mind, able to make decisions for yourself, that you can do that you can appoint someone to handle your banking matters if you're not able to do it yourself. And most importantly, that with regard to any assets that you may have, you can make a decision now, even though that time may be far in the distant future, but you can make decisions now as to how your assets should be distributed according to what you want to have done. I'd like to share with you a couple of examples, and then I'm going to open it up for questions. Examples of situations that happen when these tools, these documents are not in place. The one I call the Thanksgiving to Good Friday saga. And this is a situation where on Thanksgiving morning, this man was in his car headed to a relative's house for Thanksgiving dinner. Unfortunately, at a major intersection, someone ran the red light, collided with his vehicle, and he ended up in the shock trauma unit in a coma on a ventilator, and his family was notified. As it happened, his mom and his sisters are still living here in Baltimore, but he had one surviving son who lived in Chicago, who he hadn't seen for years, and the son had not seen him. But when the son heard it, he rushed here to Maryland. And when he saw his dad and saw that there was some movement, some twinkling of the eye, just a little bit of movement, he knew he had a decision to make. And his decision was, I want my dad to live as long as he can because I'm going to stay here and be with him. And this was his decision, whereas the hospital, the mother, and the sisters all felt that he shouldn't be in this kind of misery or this situation. And I call it the Thanksgiving to Good Friday because it took until Good Friday in April that there was a hearing before a judge after many transactions in court. The hospital had its attorney to represent the doctor's position. The mother and the sisters had their attorney, and the young man from Chicago had his attorney. I'm not going to identify who the attorneys are or were, nor the names of the persons, but in terms of just a factual overview. And what happened was the judge said, well, is there an advanced medical directive anywhere? Did this man ever have a situation where he needed to go to a hospital and perhaps there was an advanced medical directive? There was none. And so the decision was left to the judge, who did not want to do that. And after some advice and counseling of all of the attorneys with their clients, the young man decided, okay, this is in the best interest of my father. He went and he had his last moments with his father. His father was taken off the respirator, and before sundown on Good Friday, that same day, he quietly passed away. But had there been an advanced medical directive where that person had indicated his wishes that he did not want to be on a respirator or have resuscitation or whatever, things would have gone differently. And I say that because it's an economic impact also, because the assets that that person had, guess where most of them went? To attorneys' bills. because in the process of taking things to court back and forth, it does cost money. And so the family overall took a real big loss on that. The other one I call is I'm going to leave all of this to you when I die. How many of you have heard some uncle or aunt or whoever say, I'm going to leave this to you, this baby grand piano, this Mercedes, this whatever, my estate, but they never get around to doing it. And then what happens is the sad situation is someone they don't like, as the video said, or someone they have had contentious situations with most of their life, but is their next of kin. And that person is the one who